Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are watching this pop-up tutorial on how to make a Google Slide an interactive worksheet, or even a lesson that you can deliver to the children asynchronously and get all of the tools that they need to do the lesson. Let's hop right to it. So to start off, I'd like to just show you a quick little example of a slide deck in Google Slides that includes a video that we put into the lesson that explains to the children and the parents how to build the concept. We've included some manipulatives that they can use and pull from the gray areas. And the gray areas, guys, are important. You should remember that you can add manipulatives off the slide. You can add explicit directions for students and parents off the slide in a text box as well. The real beauty comes when you actually create a worksheet. And you'll notice I'm trying to move this. Normally, if you took a picture of a worksheet and you put it in a slide, you inputted it just like any other picture, it moves around and it gets frustrating when you try to add text boxes and other things to it. You'll also notice that I use this gray area for more instructions, even an instructional video on how to use the shape and line tool for students and parents. But since this is younger and they may have never used Google Classroom or those tools, I've also created some of these circles that they can just drag in and put over what they believe are the correct answers. They can use other tools to do the shapes, or they can even take a picture of their phone that they wrote on paper and bring that picture onto this slide as well. You can add text boxes so they have a place to type their answers. But again, the whole beauty is they don't move. So let's show you how we do it. The first thing we need to do is set up a new Google slide. A lot of you go to the waffle and you pick slides, but I'm going to give you a quick googly tip. You can go to slides.new, and what it will do is automatically open up a brand new Google slideshow. So you name your presentation. I'm just going to name this one Sample Worksheet. And you'll notice this doesn't look like a piece of paper. Piece of paper doesn't look like this at all. It's blank. So first of all, I'm going to take care of the layout. By clicking on the layout, I'm going to just pick a blank page. Still, it doesn't look like the worksheet I hand out to my kids. So think about the size of paper. Paper is 8.5 by 11 inches. This is set to a widescreen 16:9 ratio. So we click on this page setup and go to custom, and we change it. Width is 8.5, and we change the length to 11 and apply. You'll now notice the slide looks like a piece of paper. So now we need to get a worksheet onto this. And so most of you know that you can take a picture, and many of you have. I've gone to great minds, my Eureka Math. I have a third grade problem set here. It's a little too big, so I'm going to zoom out so that I can see the page. And then I'm going to take a picture. Since I'm on a computer, it will be a screenshot. I'm on a Macintosh. I have special commands I'll mention in a minute. If you're on a PC, many of you will have the Snipping Tool. Look in your applications for a Snipping Tool. If you're on an iPad, there's ways to do screen captures and edit those pictures. You can take a picture with a phone. You can take a picture of a physical worksheet. It doesn't matter what it is as long as you have a picture of it. So I'm going to take a picture of this. On my Mac, I'm going to use Shift Command 5. That will give me a highlighted window that I can adjust so I get everything on the page that I want. And then I click Capture. I've set mine to save it to the desktop. It might go to your downloads, wherever you designated your screenshots to be saved. So I've saved it. I'm done with this now. So let's come back to our workbook. Now, most of you know that you insert an image. In this case, it's on my computer and it's on my desktop. Make sure I get the right one. And when I open it, the frustration always been, this picture moves around, the kid tries to do something on it, it moves and they get frustrated. We want it to sit still. So you don't do it by inserting an image. You actually go to where it says background up on the toolbar, click on that, and you have where it says image, choose image. You're going to go browse for it. In my case, I'm browsing on my desktop, and I'm going to grab that screenshot that I just took of that workbook page. As soon as it uploads, I say done, and you'll now notice that I can't move this worksheet. So how do we add the interactivity? Well, if we want them to type an answer, we add a text box. So click on text box on the menu bar, draw out your text box. You'll see it load here. I encourage you to add some line weight to it so that it's nice and thick and students' eyes are drawn to where they're supposed to type. You can also change the color of that border or the lines around it. I'll make this one red so you can see what it says. I'm going to type here just so you have a remembrance that this is a text box. That's where they're going to type. So you see now a red text box. So instead of doing that over and over again, I'm going to select it. I'm going to copy. That's Command C, and on a PC, Control C, and then Command V as in Victor. And I have a copy of it. I'm going to do another one of those and bring it down. And I have my text boxes for students to write in. Now this other part involves some drawing of a line, and students were asked to draw and color it in. I would say that they have one of two ways to do that. You can instruct them to go up to the line tool, make sure it picks line. And when you select the line, students can draw a line where they think the correct answer goes. They can change that border, the line width or weight as well. That's one way they can do it. Another way is they can come to the shape tool, come over to the shapes and grab a rectangle. And if they think 1/3 is this much of this beaker, it will, when they let go and drag it, it will already be shaded gray. If they don't like gray, maybe they want it to be lemonade, they come over here and pick yellow, and it can be lemonade in the beaker. And the worksheet is done. So I wouldn't obviously give them that. I would teach them to use those tools to draw or add the shape. But the beauty now comes is that you make an assignment in Google Classroom, you add this slideshow, you make sure you give a copy to every kid, and then you can go see their work, even while they're doing it, in Google Classroom. That's a quick pop-up webinar on making a Google slide an interactive worksheet. Hope this helps you out. Have a great rest of your shelter in place.